Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Studio 901. I'm your host, Kiana Faircloth. You should be familiar by now exactly what Studio 901 is, but if this is your first time watching the show, I want to let you know that this is DCTV's greatest exploration of the art that is among us. On Studio 901, we will spotlight local, emerging, and established artists that are creating right here in the DMV. With us, you'll discover some of the area's greatest treasures, some of our best-kept secrets, and hear some never-before-told stories about living the creative life. Joining me today on Studio 901 is one of the DMV's best-kept secrets, Black Alley. Black Alley has been pushing the art of music to its rhythmic limits for some time now. Determined to create a unique musical elixir, Black Alley has taken the finest ingredients of funk, hip-hop, soul, and rock to create their own genre-bending sound called hood rock. Each musician surrenders to the union of sounds, delivering music from their souls, while in dialogue with one another through their instruments. Each member of this collective is essential to the workability and funkability of the unit, which is Black Alley. Black Alley is one of the most followed, trend-setting, and sought-after music groups hailing from the nation's capital. With endorsements from national recording artists such as Grammy Award nominee Raheem DeVaughn, hip-hop standouts Common, Big Crit, and Wale, and legendary musicians Dougie Fresh and Sheila E., Black Alley is untouchable, striving to rock harder and heavier each time they unite and contribute to the greater good of music. Welcome to Studio 901, Black Alley. Thank you.
What up?
Here at Studio 901, we always ask two questions of our guests right off the bat. First, and you can go from Casey on down into the back, what age did you start out in music and what inspires you? And introduce yourself first.
Sure. My name's Casey. I'm the lead singer for Black Alley. I started in music about 5 in the church choir, and I'm inspired to continue to do it because it gives me the ability to give it some sort of release or let out or distract myself from daily life.
Yes, distractions.
Distractions are good.
I'm Animal. I'm the drummer in the band. I started playing drums when I was 2 years old, and it's always just been in my family, my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, so it's just in me to do music.
All right.
It's just what I love.
What inspires you?
What inspires me is, well, when I play drums and someone comes up and says, you know, you did a really good job, and if it's just one person out of the whole night, I feel good about that, and I've reached one person, and it just makes me want to keep going on. And playing music with my band is pretty dope, too.
Yeah, it is pretty dope. All right.
I'm Josh on bass. I started playing drums when I was about 7, then I moved to bass when I was about 15, took it serious when I was about 18. So, you know, just been moving up from there. What inspires me, just the people around me, family, friends, everybody encouraging me to keep going, don't stop. That's just what it is. Like, everybody's pushing me to never, ever stop. My daughter, girlfriend, all that.
I'm Jimmy, play keys for Black Alley. I started playing when I was 2 years old, took formal lessons, classically trained. Started playing in church when I was 8, and playing now. What inspires me the most about playing is family, friends, definitely this band. Have a great group of people in Black Alley, you know, just rock out.
All right.
Well, I'm Omar, I'm the manager of Black Alley from Alley House Entertainment, and I'm inspired by them, actually. I started my first entertainment company when I was 19, when I was in college, and from there, I worked with a lot of different bands, so I wanted to start something that was different from what I was already seeing. I was able to meet Animal early on in the beginning stages of Black Alley, and then we just kept building from there, and we were able to hook up with Josh and Jimmy and Casey, of course, and you know, it was just magical. And the things that helped me to keep going and keep building for this team is just to see the awesomeness of what they create. And so I'm not a musician, but I try to be as good on the management and vision and creative side as they are as good at their instrumentation and the stage and what they bring to the audience.
So you live vicariously through their musicianship.
Yeah, like I wish I could play or sing. I don't have that talent. So
Black Alley has made some significant strides this year, performing at South by Southwest
Yes.
for the first time.
Yep.
Tell us
Yes.
about that experience.
Dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes, it was dope. It was great just to be around different artists who a lot of them were independent artists who were just trying to get their music discovered and trying to put themselves out there the same way that we are. So it was just great to be in that energy. And to be there for the first time, it was kind of shocking to see, how much is that exactly is going on there. So when we go back, we know exactly what to expect. So I think that this was a good year to go for us. It was a good year for us to experience it. So we're just grateful.
And so many great big name artists have come through South by Southwest.
Yeah.
and-
For those who haven't been, DC has something called Caribbean Day.
Uh-huh.
You know Caribbean
Yeah,
Day?
of
So
course.
it's like a Caribbean Day with musicians, producers, everybody in the entertainment industry,
Rappers,
singers,
artists.
artists. In the middle of the street, they got all the streets blocked off. It's just dope. It's just like a great place to network and really, let other people know what you do and get a chance to hear what they do, and y'all just share artistry.
Right,
So
and it's
it
such a
was-
wide audience that you get to
Yeah,
be
all around the
exposed
world.
in front of. This is in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Austin.
Austin,
In
Texas.
Texas, of course. Now, you all have a number of original tunes that you perform as well, not just covers, but original tunes too. Now, what goes into your writing process as far as the original tunes that you perform? Because people love them, which is rare for a band in this area especially.
It's definitely a process.
It is.
It's a process. It goes through a lot of changes until we know it feels right to us. Like in the studio or in the rehearsal, to us, if it feels right and we like, oh yeah, this crank
That's
or
it.
this a banger, then we know for some reason every song we felt like that and we brought it out, to the people, it worked. Like,
So it's more of a feeling, like when you feel like if you hit this certain feeling, that's it, you've nailed it.
Yeah.
For the most
Now, do you all tend to write as a group, or does one person take the song on and you guys add your own little touches to it? How does that work?
It happens many different ways, and those are most of the ways. We mainly collab on our ideas. More recently, Casey, I've been doing a lot of writing, got a writing team now,
Oh,
You get a little level, you get a little level. Start working with some producers now, you know what I mean? So it's like you said, it is a process, and we, learn from the process and learn, the goods and the bads from, working together and the things that we need to do to get to the next level. We all on the same page about, so it just
Yeah.
works out.
yeah. Now, do you find that people want to hear more cover tunes from you, or are they just as amped about hearing the original tunes that you guys are known for?
I think it's 50-50.
I
Yeah.
would say so too.
It's 50-50. Because a lot of times when I'm on stage and, we play original tune, I just look at how many mouths are singing all of the
It's
words.
incredible. When I see you guys perform and I'm like, wow, everybody knows these songs.
Yeah.
It's kind of rare because I don't really see other bands that honestly do original songs, especially local bands in this area. And then for your songs to be known by the whole audience, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
feeling.
It is a good feeling, but he said it's 50-50, and I agree, because when we do a cover, people forget who originally made the song, and they wish that
Wow.
we did. Sometimes we do too.
That's how much you make it your own.
Yeah. But yeah, and people just really love what we bring to, the area and the music and to the community as a whole.
Awesome. Now, when we return, we'll talk about how Black Alley continues to pursue their passion through an innovative new music series. We'll be right back. This is Studio 901.
We have a big problem, and we need your help.
It's happening on college campuses, at bars, at parties, even in high schools.
It's happening to our sisters and our daughters,
our wives and our friends.
It's called sexual assault, and it has to stop.
We have to stop it. So listen up.
If she doesn't consent, or if she can't consent, it's rape, it's assault.
it's a crime. It's wrong.
If I saw it happening, I was taught you have to do something about it.
If I saw it happening, I speak up.
If I saw it happening, I'd never blame her. I'd help her.
Because I don't want to be a part of the problem.
I want to be a part of the solution.
We need all of you to be part of the solution. This is about respect. It's about responsibility.
It's up to all of us to put an end to sexual assault. And that starts with you.
Because one is too many.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be, with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all. We approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Welcome back to Studio 901. I'm here with DC's own Black Alley. Now, what makes you guys stand out amongst other bands in DC?
We rock. That's what I was gonna say. We just rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. It's just something.
I think it's
something.
I think it's
What is it?
I think it's the energy, the type of energy that we bring.
Also,
It's a little different.
yeah. Also, I was going to say the versatility in the musicianship. We're able to play countless of genres of music well.
Yes.
And as well as we can mix in, you know, 2 to 3 different genres in one song, and you never really know, what you're going to get from us, and that's pretty much cool. That's really cool for us.
Absolutely. Now, how do you guys manage to stay afloat in pursuing your passion? Because as you know, a lot of people just don't have the courage to pursue their passions because they're afraid, or they don't feel like they're going to make the money they need to be making. How do you guys manage to do it and stay afloat?
Patience and faith.
Well, all right.
I think we also kind of encourage one another, and that includes like band members as well as management. Everybody has their days or their months or their weeks. I mean, for real, let's be real, where it gets really hard and you're not sure if this is what you're supposed to be doing. But when you have people around you that believe in you, we believe in each other. Like, it really helps for us to continue to push, because, when you're alone in it, it's really difficult to keep going. So we're just lucky to have, I think, one another. I think that's what keeps us afloat, you say.
Yes, that makes a difference for sure, having that communal support as a band.
Yeah.
That'll keep you together.
Yeah.
Now, what would you all think of as success? When do you feel like you would have made it? This is it. I'm successful. How do you feel? When would you feel like, at what point you've made it as a band?
Well, I think that it's successful for me, for them, is that they're able to take care of themselves and their families doing just what they naturally would be doing for nothing. Like, I'm sure Casey's somewhere singing in the choir or in the bathroom, just in the house, whatever, because that's what she loved to do. Now imagine taking that to a stage and then an audience of people loving that. You know what I mean? And automatically she can start paying her bills and she don't have to get up and report to somebody else. She's her own boss. The same thing with Animal and Josh and Jimmy and Ann and Beatty and everybody who contributes to this collective. You know what I mean? That we are all creative and we are all putting our creative spirits together, and just to see that something that came out of our own minds and our sweat equity is
sweat equity.
Yeah, because we got more sweat than we do money, so that's what we use right now to get where we're trying to go.
That's right. Tell us about your new music series, funk with us. The goal of the series is to distinguish yourselves from the local music scene. But how do you plan to achieve this through this series?
Well, there's a couple of things. One is, I believe that you have to get off of a particular circuit. In DC, there's a chilling circuit in terms of the way the music works. There's this weekly grind, and I've watched this for years. You know, a band will be hot for 2 years, and they're playing every week, right? And then they may have aspirations to create original music, or at least that's what they thought they were going to do. But then they kind of fell victim to, oh, I need this money to pay my bills. So now it just becomes a job, like any other thing else. The love is not really there. And while people are loving you, you haven't created anything new. They get tired. And so now you're not getting as much support, but you're working just as hard as you were before, but you're not really moving forward.
Right.
So I think in this particular series, we want to change the approach. It's like if you want to get off the chilling circuit, nobody's going to push you off. You have to actually get off of it.
Yes.
So, you know, we want to give people time to miss us, time to work on our showmanship, you know, work on marketing and branding, and then also invite other artists who we feel are just as dope and have other than music to offer and style and feel to offer, and we come together. You know, there's so many other artists that's around here that we respect, that we rock with, and we want to create platforms for them while we're trying to do something for ourselves.
All right. And you know, you guys have already proven yourselves to be successful in winning people over with your own songs. So it's great that this series, you're going to be featuring more of your original music in this series.
Yes, and just being able to express ourselves the way we really like to express ourselves. You know, at times when you have to play certain venues or certain events, they kind of expect you to fit into the box, you know what I mean? Like, if you play a party, you have to crank, you have to take it to party level. But not saying that we're not going to take it to the party level, because that's what we do.
That's what you do.
At the same time, there's so many different levels to us, you know what I mean? Like, we are, as a whole, we are creative. We've done shows where we've had marching bands play on the same stage with us, and we've had
an entire marching band?
Well, no, just the drum line.
Okay,
just
cool.
the drum line. And we've had dancers, African dancers, ballet dancers, and just being able to reach out to the community and have people, like Omar said, create a platform for other people as well as ourselves to see, you know, us in a different light is also what we're trying to do.
Awesome. Very selfless. And it's cool that it's sort of going to be like an incubator for your music, sort of like a, you know, a testing ground for your original music. That's all right. Y'all forward thinking. I like that. When we come back, we'll talk to Black Alley about some of the challenges of the music industry and what's next for them. Stay right there. This is Studio 901.
When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Welcome back to Studio 901. I'm here with DC's own Black Alley. Now, naturally, the music industry wants to box you in to a particular genre or a type of music. They want to typecast you. Have you found that to be a challenge for Black Alley as a band?
Yeah, it has been a challenge. We're from D.C., so automatically, all over the country, when you hear of a D.C. band, they automatically go to go-go, which is something that we are inspired by that sound because we live here and we, appreciate it and support it, but there are other things that we can do. So it has been difficult to kind of not change people's minds, but get them to expand their minds a little bit and welcome what all we can do in addition to, go-go music.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Yeah. No.
I mean, yeah, I agree with everything she said, Because we from D.C.
Absolutely.
Everybody automatically expect us, all we do is go-go.
Yeah.
But we got so much more to offer than that.
Okay, well, speaking of that, everybody, oftentimes people have the misconception, like you said, that you're a go-go band, but how would you yourselves describe the particular music that you offer? If you had to describe it, what is it?
Hood rock.
I was going to say that too.
What's that mean?
I was.
What's hood rock?
Okay, so we have several different sounds. So I think rock is really instrumental in what we do. We can all say that heavy guitar influence is something that we do bring to the table. But we are from a world where we are inspired by go-go, we're inspired by jazz, we're inspired by gospel, all of these things. I think when you ultimately put all of that together, you get this type of sound, which is really soulful and but high energy.
Yeah.
And I think,
heavy bass.
Yeah.
Kind of. When you think of hood music, it's main 808s, trunk rattling music, and we do offer that as well. So just piggybacking off what Casey said, we have so many different genres and what we and
like
so many different styles that we can do. Hood rock is just. We just like to rock for the
Another
hood.
thing I think too that we face is if we had it our way, we wouldn't put no labels on it. I think based on just stuff you learn industry-wise, where America needs boxes to put things in.
Compartments,
right? So they can understand what it is. People trying to figure out how can they vibe with you, and then we're trying to figure out how to communicate that to them. Truthfully. They do what they want based on how they feel, and then me and the marketing team is somewhere trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to call that? How are we going to sell that?
Right.
What are we going to say? You know what I mean? That's just being honest, because the truth is they're just a passionate bunch of talented musicians, and if they feel like giving you something, Casey's doing a poem or rapping or singing or screaming or hollering or flipping and whatever, and that's what will happen. You might come to a practice and see Casey on the drums. You know what I mean?
Really, Casey?
I mean, once every 5 years, perhaps. Sure.
You can play?
Anything's possible.
I mean, I could play the snare drum. I used to play the snare drum in my school band.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Cool.
Yeah, I don't really talk about it.
Very cool, Sheila E. Yes, Sheila. Now, Black Alley is getting set to release its third official album or project. The first being Soul Swagger Rock Sneakers. I love that title. And the second was Live from Rock and Roll Hotel. What can we expect to hear as far as just a general sound? What can we look forward to coming out of Black Alley next?
For me, I would say us. Like, the last couple of albums, we was kind of trying to find out who we were. And I think we're getting closer and closer to, realizing who we are. So I feel like people are going to be able to, hear who we are for the first time.
And I think that's also has to do with our confidence in who we are too. Because I think we all, as individuals, kind of know what we like, and we kind of meshed it all together real quick and tried to figure out, how to put it together. But I think now that we've spent the amount of time that we have with one another, we're confident in the sound that we bring. Like, we're confident in what we want to bring to people. It's not so much about what people it does have to do with what people expect of us, but we're not boxed into somebody else's expectations of what we should sound like.
You know what? That's just very profound, a very profound answer, because in life, once you get clear on who you are, then you don't have to sell people on what you are. They automatically buy into it when you're clear about who you are.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Tell us how we can get in touch with you guys and find out more about what you got going on and all that good stuff.
Okay, cool. We have our website, www.blackallyband.com. You can also reach us on Facebook at Black Alley, and our Instagram and Twitter is at We Are Black Alley.
All right. We'll be right back. This is Studio 901.
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America in your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Thank you for tuning in to Studio 901. It's been dope sitting down with Black Alley. They are definitely one of the area's best kept secrets, but not for long. Remember, Studio 901 spotlights emerging artists from all over the DMV that are creating and performing right here in our own backyard. If you want to find out more about what you saw today, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at YourDCTV, or visit our website at dctv.org. Before you leave, I want to leave you with this quote from American writer Kurt Vonnegut. To practice any art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow. So do it! Join us for another episode of Studio 901, where we just might spotlight you. I'm Kiana Faircloth. Until next time.